the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
For the first hit. Rutschman into right field. Down the line. A fair ball. Adley will turn first. Head for second. He's going to turn second. Go for third. Rutschman into third base standing. An extra base hit. His first hit in the major leagues. Welcome to the...
These are long pitch innings. I think Blister, that's what you were to make sure.
Here's a high fly ball into right. Back his bat's on the move. On the track. He's got it. What a catch by Mookie Betts.
Now, Clifford looking for a clean inning here in the seventh. Hit well out to right center field. Jones still on the move, running out of room, and he made it!
Podcast for another episode. We're going to be talking about the postseason. We'll be talking about the postseason as long as the postseason keeps going and going. Might be done by the end of next week, but you never know. But today we're going to be talking about the best player from each team in the postseason. Not right now. It includes all teams that were in it, including the wild card. So we'll do the American League first today, in this podcast fashion. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start off with the Boston Red Sox because they're the team that made it the farthest so far. And from the AL East, I think it's pretty blatantly obvious who their best player is. It's Kike Hernandez. I think Kike has just been on fire, and that guy is truly unstoppable. And you can't stop what he's doing. He can't repeat what he's doing. He's been, electrifying in the postseason for the Boston Red Sox, and he's truly carrying this offense throughout their journey to the World Series. And let's get, Brandon, we need to hear your opinion as a Red Sox fan.
This guy, he's actually my favorite Red Sox. I liked him earlier in the season, and to see him do so well in the postseason, I'm loving it. He's just, I think maybe I'm a little biased, but I think he's the best postseason player so far that we've seen. I mean, if you look at his numbers in the postseason, it's just disgusting. Let me just read them out. He's batting 500, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and has an OPS of 1.608. Those are some really good at-bats, and 32 at-bats. Those are some really good stats, and he's definitely the Red Sox best postseason player this year.
Yeah, no matter how many guys that have come through on the pitching end, it's got to be Kike, because he's lighting the world on fire right now. Second, we have the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll talk about the team that lost to the Red Sox in the ALTS. I don't know. The Rays, they were kind of a sneaky little team. Their best player in the postseason, that's a good question. That team kind of underperformed a little bit. I don't know. I don't know where to go with this. Brendan, any input or thoughts?
Last year it was definitely Rosarena.
Mm-hmm.
But could it be? Franco's got some good stats in postseason.
I was just thinking about Wander Franco, and he kind of came through for them in some situations. He had some home runs. I think he's kind of a good postseason performer, so I think Wander Franco can be the option here.
Yeah, Wander Franco.
So Wander Franco, obviously being 20 years old, he is fantastic. Not jump numbers that jump off the page, but considering that he's 20 years old, is quite remarkable. He had some really good postseason stats, like Brendan said.
For the amount of games he's played.
Yeah. He had 19 at-bats in this postseason, 368 average, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, in the steal a base, but OPS over 1,000. He's put up some really good numbers. But yeah, his numbers didn't jump off the page in the regular season, but the postseason, I think he kind of came through for the Rays, and He's kind of their best player. Brendan, any input here?
I mean, yeah, for a guy this young to be just like Rosarina the year before, he's come in young player and he's, he did a lot for the amount of games, even though they lost and the amount of games they played. He had 2 home runs, 368 average, 4 RBIs. It was some solid numbers for a young guy, and for the amount of games he played.
Yeah, very true. Next up, let's go with the New York Yankees, and it's not Garrett Cole, so I'll tell you that. It's probably going to be somebody else. It's probably going to be Giancarlo Stanton. He hit well in the wild card game, and it's kind of tough to talk about because the Yankees only played 1 game. But I think Giancarlo, yes, he had a nice game that day, and I think he was the best player.
Yeah, I mean, he had a home run. He got a couple hits that day. Let me see. But yeah, he did. I think he's, they didn't play much games, so it's really hard to tell who their best player was. But yeah, I feel like he's definitely their best player in the postseason. Even though it wasn't long.
Yeah, that's true. So now for the Central, the only team to make it in was the White Sox. And from the White Sox, they didn't play well, and I didn't really follow their series, so it's kind of tough. I don't know. Their series is horrid. They didn't play good baseball. It's kind of tough.
I mean, I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Jose Abreu had some good stats.
Tim Anderson. Yeah, I did not follow their game, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's
I'm
tough.
just kind of looking at the good players. Really, Yasmani had a home run.
Gotta see Yasmani. He did have a home run, but the average was low.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might just be Jose Abreu. I don't know too much to talk about.
Yeah. Jose.
I think it's just kind of Jose Abreu. And now for the AL West, the only team for the Astros. And their best player in the postseason so far. That's a good question because
Correa, Altuve.
Correa. I mean, you could always go with those guys. Those guys are always good options.
Correa's got 1 home run.
Correa's good. What about Yuli? Yuli's not that good. Chaz McCormick? There's always Chaz. He had a nice play out in the outfield yesterday.
He did. Kyle Tucker, he's got 2 home runs.
Oh, Kyle Tucker's good. He had a good game yesterday.
8 RBIs. I think maybe Kyle Tucker.
I think Kyle Tucker, who's kind of an under the radar player, Kyle Tucker's really good, and I think Kyle Tucker, he's really helped fill the hole of George Springer in the outfield. Kind of with, Springer electing free agency, and he wanted to move away from the whole cheating scandal, so he signed with the Blue Jays, and Kyle Tucker's kind of been the replacement for, Springer, and even though he doesn't play the same position as Springer, still got the same kind of impact as Springer, maybe even better in some eyes. But Kyle Tucker's really good, and I think he could be the best player.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
8 RBIs. I mean, that's just some solid numbers. Like you said, to fill that spot for George Springer, that's huge for them. Huge for the Astros. Obviously, I don't like it because they're facing the Red Sox right now. And I don't want any of these players to do good. So, yeah, but I think he's definitely doing the best for them.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And we can just kind of recap the postseason. The Rays got knocked out. The Yankees get knocked out by the Red Sox. It's just insane. Like, the Red Sox aren't a good team on paper, but Cora has gotten the most out of them, and, he's truly solidified himself as an amazing manager in baseball, and he's gotten the most out of this Red Sox team. So, Brendan, what do you make of this as kind of a Red Sox fan, I'm following this journey through the postseason.
I'm just loving it right now. I didn't expect them to make the postseason this year, and for them to go to the ALCS, I'm happy. I'm just stunned because they're just doing so good. They've beaten the Yankees, beaten the Rays. Those are two good teams. They just knocked them out. Beat out the former AL champs. To do that, that's impressive. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time for the for Red Sox Nation right now. And the Brewers get knocked out by the Atlanta Braves. I was a little surprised by that. I did not expect that at all. The Brewers are certainly one of the better teams in baseball, maybe one of the best, because they have some nasty pitching, some great hitters. I didn't expect them to lose the NLCS in 4 games, but they did, and they lost it to the Atlanta Braves. So I was a little bit shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Brewers with their bullpen. I don't see how they lose, even though the offense isn't the best, but the bullpen is one of the best. So I didn't. I'm just so confused how they lost to the Braves. Even though now I look at it, the Braves are a good team. They've got a lot of good players. The Braves doing it without Acuna, like it's one of their best players. They're doing it without him. So to think that
Yeah,
they can do it without him, you have to think where they could be if they had him.
yeah, definitely. And I think definitely the injury of Devin Williams kind of hurt them, and he was one of their best relievers out of the bullpen. So that kind of hurt the Brewers in that series. Who else? The Giants get knocked out by the Dodgers. Very controversial call at the end. Wilmer Flores got rung up on a pitch maybe he didn't swing at. But that was a hard fought series for both teams, and the Giants just kind of got flat footed and let the Dodgers move on. So very interesting. I was kind of rooting for the Giants, but the Dodgers, they're just such a good team, and you can't really underestimate the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, reigning World Series champs, you have to realize that this is a good team. Even though Giants, they had a good season. You look at their lineup and the Dodgers lineup, and I feel like Dodgers have to win that series. Even though if you pick Giants winning that, I can see that. I can see both teams. It's really 50-50, I think, in that series, and Dodgers came out on top.
Yeah, for sure. And then White Sox Astros. That was kind of a terrible series for the White Sox. I'm so sorry if you're a White Sox fan listening to this. But you didn't play well. That's just straightforward. La Russa, I heard he didn't make some great moves, great managerial decisions. Yeah, it was a bad series for the White Sox, and even though I was rooting for the White Sox so hard, but they're gonna have to make that next step forward next year, in their win now mode. But the Astros moving on and moved to the ALCS.
Yeah. I didn't really follow that series. All I heard was White Sox did not play good. So that's pretty much what happened there. It was in 4 games. So White Sox, people. I know some people had you winning the World Series. That's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough series for the White Sox, and the wild card game, Dodgers, Cardinals. Cardinals, they were in it. They were in until the end, and the Dodgers just kind of pulled through and beat the
Walk
underdog.
off.
But yeah, on a walk off, I think. The Cardinals fought. I was impressed. They heated up at the end of the regular season, and they were able to make some sort of run for it. But I don't know. It doesn't shock me that much that they lost a wild card game, even though they went on a 17-game winning streak. So I think that's kind of speaks in itself that the Dodgers are just truly one of the best teams in this league, even though they were one of the wild card teams. And I'm not shocked that the Cardinals didn't move on.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone had the Dodgers winning that. Even though the Cardinals, they were a good team in the last stretch of the season, but Dodgers just a better team. Even though they fought hard, it was a walk off. Chris Taylor walked it off with a home run to be tied with that team for the whole game. I mean, that's impressive. So definitely a good effort by them. It's just the Dodgers were the better team. Everyone knew it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the episode for today. Kind of a shorter one, but we'll definitely have some postseason content coming we're gonna keep it rolling. Today was just kind of a shorter episode. We didn't have as much to talk about as we normally would. But we'll have some great postseason content, off-season content, and it's the start of season 2. Any last inputs, Brendan, before we head out?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all from my end. It's all from Brendan's end. So guys, have a great week, and we appreciate you for listening, even if it was a shorter episode today. And with that, we will see you next time.